Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Monday night. I'm Jay Kohn. Janelle is off this evening. All eyes on Singapore at this hour as President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un meet face-to-face in the first ever summit between the two nations. It's a high-stakes global summit with implications around the world. Just a short time ago, the president met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. CBS's Mola Lengi has this update for us.
President Trump and North Korea's Kim Jong-un met one-on-one for the first time on the island resort of Sentosa in Singapore. The two leaders retreated behind closed doors for the historic meeting. For about 40 minutes, the only people in the room with them were their translators.
We're going to have a great discussion and I think tremendous success. It'll be tremendously successful.
Mr. Trump has said the summit's most crucial moments would come at the beginning.
How long will it take to figure out whether or not they're serious? I said maybe in the first minute. I think that very quickly I'll know whether or not something good is going to happen.
The White House has repeatedly said its goal is the complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, but it's not clear how they'll convince Pyongyang to do that. After their private conversation, Kim and the president sat down with the rest of their delegations for another round of talks. Mr. Trump believes the summit itself is a sign of progress. Beforehand, he tweeted in part, "The fact that I am having a meeting is a major loss for the U.S., say the haters and losers." Mola Lengi, CBS News, Washington.
And Mola tells us the president is scheduled to brief reporters about that summit at 4 p.m. in Singapore. That's about 4 a.m. Washington, D.C. time tomorrow morning. The One Big Sky Center project again on center stage before the Billings City Council tonight. At issue whether the council will approve the project's development plan with Landmark Development Services. Council members with a slew of questions tonight concerning this long-discussed project, which is slowly taking shape. As envisioned, the One Big Sky project would create a master development plan for the city's downtown business and medical corridor, including what are called catalyst projects, such as a possible convention center, downtown housing, or perhaps even an indoor recreation facility. Several Billings residents and business leaders did express support for the project tonight, urging the council to move forward and make an investment in the Magic City's future.
It's a great city. I'm proud of it, and I'm proud to call myself a businessman in downtown Billings. Let's do what we need to do tonight, please, and vote to accept this development agreement. It's the wave of the future. It'll work, believe me.
Billings needs this plan to determine the best development for our city and our downtown. Voting against this will leave Billings and eastern Montana, frankly, further in the dust.
When people come to town and they're interviewing for jobs and I give them a tour, the first thing they want to know is, what are you doing to make Billings better? What's happening here that will promote growth? And something like One Big Sky District will give me the answer to that question every time.
Because at the end of this process, this development plan will identify catalyst projects that will be able to be constructed in Billings precisely through how they were identified within the process. So we're getting all the way to construction and all the information we need to move forward to that level.
This is the culmination of the work that we promised with the Strategy Partners MOU, was to bring to you a development plan agreement. And I can tell you, at least from my perspective, the process to get this plan to you has been comprehensive. It's been very thoughtful.
And we can tell you just within the last 5 minutes, the council voted 6-4 to approve the development plan for the One Big Sky project. We'll have the very latest on the council's decision for you at ktvq.com. We're developing that story right now. Plus, we'll have a reaction tomorrow here on the Q2 News. Also at tonight's council meeting, new Assistant City Administrator Kevin Iflin was introduced. Iflin accepted the job last week, moving from his current post as Billings Police Captain. Iflin has spent the past 23 years with the Billings Police Department.
I think that you will find him very knowledgeable. I think that you'll enjoy working with him just as much as I'm welcoming and appreciating his assistance. He'll be transitioning from the police department to the administration office over the next few weeks. Exact dates to be negotiated, I think, with the police chief.
Iflin will be paid close to $120,000 a year in his new post. Switching gears now over to the weather scene tonight. Bob, grab a sweater or maybe an overcoat. That was an awfully short summer, one day of the 90s.
Yeah. Well, now we're kind of cooling back down tonight, but things are going to get better from here. In fact, they've already canceled the winter weather advisory for the Beartooths. The reason being, you can see here, look at the batch of snow up there. It is already starting to diminish. The rain showers in the plains, they continue to travel to the south and east of Billings. So for the most part, we are done with that storm ourselves. And of course, up in the mountains, just a little bit of light snow continues to linger in that area. In the western part of the state, look at this. It's going to be so cold tonight. Frost advisory from Kalispell all the way down to Missoula, even a little bit farther, maybe on down to Ennis. So look for some very chilly temperatures there, 30 to 35 degrees. But then tomorrow, look what happens. All that moisture leaves, sunny skies return, and temperatures start getting back up into the 70s. It gets warmer from there. We'll chat about that in a few more minutes.
All right, thank you, Bob. An elderly man is dead and a transient from North Carolina jailed following an apparent carjacking here in Billings Sunday night. Billings police still releasing little information about the incident other than to say they're investigating a homicide. 58-year-old Donald Gray Jr. was arrested a short time after the incident last night and now faces a charge of deliberate homicide. Police found the victim Sunday night near the Lewis and Clark Middle School. Police believe the victim was abducted around 8 p.m. Sunday during an attempted carjacking that happened near 15th Street West and Broadwater Avenue. The victim, whose name has not yet been released, reportedly suffered fatal injuries during a struggle with Gray. Tonight, some 24 hours after the alleged crime, much is still unclear, including where or how the victim died. We do know the police crime scene van, along with multiple police cars, were staged last night throughout the early morning hours in the parking lot of the Lewis and Clark Middle School, just a few blocks away from where that incident was first reported. Police say they are unable to release any further details at this time. Nursing homes and assisted living centers now suing the Bullock administration here in Montana in an effort to block cuts for Medicaid patients. The lawsuit by the Montana Healthcare Association says the Bullock administration violated state law by not fully explaining its rationale for those cuts or allowing for full public participation. The administration cut the Medicaid rates by 3% starting in January, and they were in effect for the following 18 months. State health officials say those cuts are needed to respond to reductions in state revenue. But a spokeswoman for nursing and assisted living homes statewide says the state ignored repeated requests to explain how it decided on that 3% figure. Rose Hughes with the Montana Healthcare Association told MTN News Today the cuts are a big deal, affecting both patients and workers.
Every nursing home in the state could hire 2 full-time CNAs with that amount of money. If you're a person needing assisted living services, you're probably finding access very, very difficult because only half of the assisted living facilities even take Medicaid, and the cuts have exacerbated that.
Medicaid pays the medical bills for low-income Montanans and covers about 62% of the people currently living in nursing homes in Montana. Less than a week after state voters decided who will face off in Montana's U.S. Senate race in November, the two candidates at odds over a statewide televised debate that had been scheduled for this coming Sunday morning. In spite of previously saying that he would take part, GOP nominee Matt Rosendale now says he won't. Instead, Rosendale is challenging incumbent Democrat John Tester to a series of 5 debates during the campaign. Rosendale's campaign says he plans to spend this Father's Day with his family and is disappointed the Green Party and Libertarian Senate candidates were not invited to Sunday's debate. Rosendale's campaign points out he's committed to at least 2 other proposed debates. Meanwhile, the Tester campaign says it's disappointed that Rosendale chose to bail at the last minute. Tester says he still plans to be in Whitefish Sunday with or without Rosendale. Well, it looks like visitors don't need an open Going to the Sun road to set records in Glacier National Park these days. Glacier coming off a record year with more than 3.3 million visitors to the park. That new mark set in spite of the popular Going to the Sun road being closed for several weeks this past August and September due to wildfires. The latest park visitation numbers indicate Glacier's popularity is actually strong year-round. Just last month, the National Park Service reported more than 195,000 people were visiting Glacier. That's a new record for the month of May. In fact, it's close to a 10% increase over the numbers from May of last year. And we can tell you the majority of Glacier visitors access the park through West Glacier. The park also experienced a surge in visitors at its northern entrance, where traffic doubled coming in from Waterton, with additional strong totals at Camas, 2 Medicine, and at St. Mary's. Still ahead on tonight's Q2 10 o'clock news, we're taking a look back at a forgotten Billings tradition, complete with Montana hospitality and 10-gallon hats. That's in tonight's Q2 Rewind. Also coming up, we reveal who's going to be performing at the Billings Clinic Classic this summer. And later in sports tonight, should spectators be allowed on the course at Montana high school golf events? One of the sport's biggest organization weighs in with its take.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Kohn and Janelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.